The next part in our project flow is the page markup component. The page markup component allows us to add order and alternate text to the fields that have been defined in the field technology. To bring in the fields, we just double-click on the page markup component, open up the documents. To bring everything over, click on the double chevrons. To bring individual sections or fields over, you can just click on the single chevron, and that adds it to the appropriate section. Now, I don't want to include this document naming field, so I'll just remove that from my page markup. Within the page markup, you can set the order of the page. If I wanted to read the title before the Best Bank logo, I would just move the title up ahead of it. In doing so, you'll notice that in the section, title now has a number 1. If I move it down, Best Bank logo is now number 1, and the title is number 2. With the Best Bank logo, we're going to want to add alternate text to it. To add alternate text, you choose from the alternate text list, static, a formatter, or a provider. In this case, we'll want static because we just want to add a static piece of text. So in the static text, we currently have it as Best Bank logo, but that's not descriptive enough, so we'll put in image of the Best Bank logo. The next thing we want to look at is the account number. On the page, the account number is represented as 4 digits followed by a dash, followed by another 4 digits, etc. Now, those digits, when read within the screen reader technology, are going to read as a single digit, so 4,555. Most of us look at our credit card numbers and read them off as single digits, so 4555. Well, to accomplish this, we will add a formatter. So you'd select formatter from the list, and now we're in the alternate text wizard for a formatter. We can choose to format date or space numbers. In this case, we're choosing space numbers. You could also add an alternate language to any field or alternate text that you're defining. You can also add a language or country to any of the alternate text or fields that you're defining. This will override the main document language. Let's open up the body and take a look at the payments table. You'll notice that we have a checkbox for has heading. This will help the page markup component identify that the first row of this table is indeed a heading. That will also assist the screen reader technology to identify headings and allow navigation to be much easier within the table. The next thing we want to do is add alternate text to a certain cell. In this case, we're going to choose a formatter that starts at row 2, goes to the end, starts at column 1, and ends at column 1. So basically, the first row of data that's not the header and only the first column. For this formatter, we'll choose Format Date. We'll take the month/day/year, and we'll put the alternate text in as the full name of the month, the day, comma, and then the full year. This may make it easier to understand the screen reader as it's reading. The last piece I want to look at is the offers. As we showed before, the offer appears on page 3. We have an offers graphic. The offers graphic is just that. It's a graphic. It cannot be read by the screen readers. And because there's a lot of text on it and the offer may change over time, we don't want to use a static alternate text provider. So we'll choose a provider, open it up to configure it. We've set up an instance of a provider called sample. This is using our out-of-the-box sample text provider. This sample text provider will look at the checksum of the image and look up its value in a properties file. It will then take all of the text that's in that properties file associated with this image and include it as alternate text. And that's it for the page markup component. We'll save the changes. And let's look at the accessible PDF generator. The accessible PDF generator has 3 additional fields. Accessible. This allows you to turn the accessibility on and off. You can also optimize the output for reading order, and you define your global document language here. In this case, we're using US English. And that's the project flow for creating an accessible document. I'm going to execute this project. You'll see that the project ran. It took 657 milliseconds to run. There were no warnings, errors, or fatal errors. We can look at the log file, get some information about the job. More importantly, we can view the results. So here's the best bank statement that we just generated with this project. I'm going to open it up in Adobe Acrobat Professional, and you can see the PDF file, which looks just like it would if there was no accessibility and if there's no tagging information included. To see the tagging, we'll just go into Accessibility, go to, let's do a quick check first, and we'll see there's no accessibility problems in the quick check. Now let's take a look at the reading order. I move this to the side. You'll now see that the reading order has been defined. The Best Bank logo will be read first, followed by the title, followed by the page number, and then prepared for, and so on. To look at the tags, we'll just open up the order panel, go to Tags, open up the Best Bank document, and let's start with page 1. Remember, within the heading, we applied some static alternate text to the Best Bank logo. By choosing Properties, we can see that the text has been applied. The alternate text has been applied. Let's go to the account number and take a look at its alternate text. You'll notice that we've now spaced out every digit within the account number so that it'll be read appropriately. Now if we go to the body section, we'll open up the payments table. You'll see that the first row has been tagged with a TH, standing for table header. If we go to the second row and open up the first cell, you'll see that the alternate text has been added for August 20, 2009, whereas before it was listed in the data as 08/20/2009. The last piece I'd like to show you is on page 3. Remember the offers section that we looked at, the one that was using the alternate text provider. If we take a look at the properties for that graphic, you'll see that the alternate text has been added. And that is the Xenos Axess PDF accessibility solution built on the Xenos Enterprise server. If you'd like to learn more about the Xenos Axess solution, you can call us at 1-888-242-0692 or email us at accessibility@actuate.com. Also, please visit our accessibility page at www.xenos.com/accessibility.